Don't get your car wet, but all right.
Trevor, I had him on. He came and did my class, what was that, a couple months ago?
Yep, back this spring.
We're going to talk a little bit about his trailer. When he came to my class, he was already setting up the trash bin. He's always going to be a millionaire by the trash bin cleaning company. And it is a good business model, but you know, it's like any business. You have to do marketing, you have to go out there, pound doors, get your feet, you know, and find that customer. It just doesn't come, does it?
It doesn't happen overnight, and thankfully I found Jason, and so I was able to get hooked up with some pressure washer training, and that's really helped to keep pretty much our bottom line up. So we've had a pretty good year so far, the 3 months we've actually been working, and I'd hoped that that amount of money I made would have come from trash cans, but most of it's been from pressure washing, thanks to Jason.
So we're going to walk around this trailer. We're going to kind of see what all he's got on this trailer. It does have a lot. It's got what, two 75-gallon tanks. It's got a big pressure washer. So we'll just kind of sit here and go around it.
So when I first started building the trailer up, it was mainly to be a trash bin cleaning trailer. And so we've got a 10-gallon a minute hot water pressure washer here that drives 2 turbo nozzles on the back that we'll take a look at. I built everything myself, and so I added all the hose reels and stuff so that I could do house washing.
So this was added after the fact?
I did it all when I built it. I planned all this out after I went to your training. Initially I didn't plan on having all this stuff on here.
So are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed, but it made sense for me to keep the reels on this side. My plan is to get electric ones. These are temporary.
I got
This
you.
was a baller on a budget, hillbilly on a budget.
Hillbilly on a budget.
Yeah, so pressure hose down here on the bottom. I was telling you about my water hose here. So this is what whoever's helping me pulls, just to keep stuff wet while we're working. And then I can also, on the other side of the trailer, I've got some cam locks. So we can hook this hose up to my DI tank to do window cleaning also. And then up here I've got my hose coming off my 12-volt pump to do roof cleaning.
Gotcha. We got a 35-gallon bleach tank?
Yep, that's our bleach tank.
Surfactant tank?
Surfactant there. So that's pretty much it on this side. I've got some
we got some valves, all kind of different things with the downstream injector down there.
Plumbed in and solid, which we discussed is going to be an issue someday.
When it goes bad, you got to get it out of there.
There's also a valve up there that I can turn pressure back here to the trash bin cleaner. And so here's a valve that runs to my hose reel down here that I can pull off hose to clean the outside of the trash cans. And then these 2 valves run the nozzles up in the hopper.
So one valve per each nozzle?
One valve per nozzle. The reason I got the 10-gallon a minute pressure washer so we can run both nozzles at the same time and do 2 trash cans at once.
So these are the heads. I'll show the video of it spinning them out there just without them, but you can see the heads right here. They're pretty wicked looking, aren't they?
So they spin 360 degrees, and they throw quite a bit of water.
And it flows about 5 gallons a minute per each head, correct?
Yep.
And then we have, this is where all the water goes into there from the trash bin down into here, which he has a reclaim, and we'll show it up on the other side there.
And just in case anybody's wondering, these things are nasty, and so a lot of this is automated, but you wouldn't believe some of the crap that comes out of here when we get done cleaning. Especially nowadays with everybody wearing masks and gloves, there's all kinds of stuff that have to fish out of there.
So we got the 2 flippers that flip it up there. You put it on there, flip it up, and then that way they do it. And you can run both of them at the same time, flipping them up and flipping them over there.
Yep, this is just our water fill hose.
Over here is our tanks. You can see our tanks in here. We got 275 gallons. One's clean water and one is junk water, right?
One's dirty water. It's reclaimed from the trash bin cleaner.
You can see the nice $high hydro loop reclaimed filter here.
And then I have a generator mounted that has to be used to run the reclamation units, and it also powers, charges up the battery for the hydraulic system at the back too. And it is a lot of water. Jason and I talked about how much weight I'm carrying around. So I usually have a full tank of water available in case I have to go clean trash bins, since you can't hook up to a spigot for that. So I do have a 10,000 GVW trailer to be able to carry that much water. So it's a little bit heavier trailer.
soft wash pumps here, right?
Yep, so there's a homemade manifold here. One of the pumps pushes the roof pump.
So this rig can do house washing, roof cleaning, concrete cleaning, trash bin cleaning. Somebody had asked earlier about if you could upsell trash bin cleaning, and I would probably say no if you're going to try to do it in their yard or something, because that's going to be disgusting.
Yeah, so not only do you have to worry about all the crap that would come out if you're power washing trash cans out, there's going to be a lot of crap. You're also going to be covered in it when you're trying to spray down on the inside. So I wouldn't even think about it if I didn't have the hopper on the back to do it. I would not do it.
And would cold water even clean them out at the end of the day?
You'd be using a lot of cleaner degreasers and stuff to get it out. So that's the reason I have a hot water unit mainly, is we're pushing 190-degree water back there to clean out the inside of the bins through those turbo nozzles.
And so that's going to sanitize it at that point. That's going to kill anything. And then obviously, do you put anything to help sanitize on top of that?
Yep, so then after they're cleaned, before we wheel them up to the house, we spray a sanitizing deodorizer inside. It just kind of cleans up anything that's left, and then it also makes them smell good, and the customers seem to appreciate that. And it's plant-based, so it's all natural.
And so with a unit like this, talking about the trash bins, about how much can we get per trash bin that we're cleaning?
So I'm averaging somewhere around $10 to $15 per trash can. It depends on what plan they sign up on. So I have a monthly plan, a quarterly plan, or a one-time plan.
So you don't have a weekly plan at all?
Not a weekly plan right now, just because I'm still working full-time, and so that'd be a lot to try to keep up with that. It's something I've thought about incorporating, if I end up taking this full-time. I think there is definitely a market there for it.
Gotcha.
In certain neighborhoods.
And then, so this is the DI tank that we're using. It's not a very big DI tank, but we don't need a very big DI tank. All we need is to get that water to under 15 parts per million. And so you have a way to run it through that is that a freshwater pump?
That's a freshwater pump, and then there's cam locks on it that we just hooked up to.
That you can just change it in there.
The hose reel. Yep.
Sweet. And then got a little ladder rack made on it. Got his signs on it. Good. We were actually doing Christmas lights at this house here, and the lady just came home and said she had a bunch of people calling her, "What's going on?" Well, guess what? That's called marketing too. Touches. Remember, we talked about touches. This is a touch. Having your trailer lettered up. People driving by. Touch. Put a sign out. Touches. Put a sign out at the end of the road. Touch. So
you'll see one on your way out here on the main road, by the way, too, because there's a big rec center down the road, like a quarter of a mile here. So there's a whole bunch of people that travel this road out here.
I got you. Any words would you say about building your own trailer?
So I saved a lot of money, but you do want to make sure you have some mechanical experience and ability for sure. Otherwise, you'll just bury yourself in a hurry. So thankfully, I've done a lot of hands-on stuff in the past, and so it wasn't too hateful. I probably have only about half the amount of money invested in this is what it would cost me to go out and buy one already built.
And a lot of people think that the big stuff is what costs a lot on this, but at the end of it, it's not the big stuff that costs a lot, is it?
Not at all.
It's the little things, all the little valves and things that you forget. And every time you go, because you go local to buy it, and then you're like $500, and you're like $700, and you're like, I only got this little bag of stuff, and you got $700 in here? No way. And that adds up over time.
Valves, hoses are expensive initially. Hose reels.
Yep.
I even went with the cheap ones, the hillbilly on a budget ones, and there's still some money sitting over there too.
Yeah, there's a grand sitting there. There's about $1,500 sitting right there,
yep,
and that's not even the hose on it.
Yeah, that's the economical version. So.
That you got to replace in every other year, or maybe year. But awesome. See you in my next video. I don't know what it's going to be about, but see you there.